What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to Matt Patricia's presser. Today, yes, I know some people are hearing that name and they're like, oh, I don't want to know. But I'm glad you're here. Let's get it started.
You know, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome in, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here. And you know what? It's been way too long since we have done one of these press conference videos. It's been too long, all right? We didn't get one all last week. Why? Because there's no football for the Lions. So we're back. It's Monday, and I can't help myself. I need to do this video. I need to do it for me because I missed it so much, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. We're going to be diving into a few of his answers from today's press conference. Is it still a press conference? Media presser. Let's say media presser. That makes more sense, right? Media presser for Matt Patricia. And there was one major question that he was asked, and it was right off the bat, right off the beginning, that I felt like I really wanted to share with you guys. And he was asked about the pass rush. And the reason he was asked about the pass rush is because we did this video, I think it was last week, about Trey Flowers. Well, it wasn't all about Trey Flowers, but Trey Flowers' quote was in there. And he discussed pass rushing. The problem, the reason the Lions can't get more pass rush is because they can't get stops on the run. They can't stop the run. You know, they can't get stops in early downs, so they can't put opponents in pass rushing situations. That's what Trey Flowers said. I completely agree with that. I've watched a lot of film for the Detroit Lions. I've watched a lot, like too much. All right, and I see it all the time. When the Lions can stop the run, they get sacks, they get pressure. And it's not like they're just having to blitz then. It's they're able to get pressure with their four guys that they are bringing, right? They're able to get mismatches. They're able to get to the quarterback. And yeah, even they are able to blitz a little bit more. But the problem is they can't do it consistently enough, and they do it so inconsistently that most of the time there is no pass rushing games. And that's why our pass rush win rate is so low compared to the rest of the league, because we just can't stop the run. We can't do it at all. And with the Lions game plan, which is, you know, with Corey Unlin, which is with Matt Patricia, that game plan that they have to get pressure by stopping the run first, which Matt Patricia has always been about, be able to run the ball, stop the run, and they're able to get pressure without having to blitz a ton of guys. That doesn't work if you can't stop the run. I mean, really nothing works if you can't stop the run. You really can't get off the field if you can't stop the run. And too often the Lions have not been able to do that. That's what Matt Patricia said right off the bat. He said this: we've got a few good run plays on tape, but there's too many bad ones. And he brought up consistency, I think at least twice in this video. Man, we are overusing the heck out of this word, but it is so facts. I don't know. We got to think of something else. Something like Cheerio. Is Cheerio mean consistency around here? We can just say Cheerio from now on. I don't know why. Just something different to say. But it's the truth. We do have a couple of good run plays on tape, and we've seen it at times where we see glimpses of it. The end of the game against New Orleans Saints, all of a sudden we're stopping the run, and then we get a sack, right? Reggie Ragland gets in there and gets a sack. Like, where'd that come from? Well, you stop the run against Arizona, right? We get some pressure. Why? Because they're in second and long, third and long, instead of second and 3, third and 1. Those are situations where it's going to be difficult to get to the quarterback, because like Corey Unlin said, the way that he looks at it is this: if it's a third and short, it's really kind of useless to blitz because he's going to get out of his hands so quickly anyways. And that's the problem with the Detroit Lions, is that in this scheme, for Corey Unlin and Matt Patricia, they have to be able to stop the run. At least a little bit more than they do. Like, obviously, you're not going to stuff every run play, but they have to have more drives where they're starting off with gain of 1, gain of 2, gain of 3, maybe backwards. That'd be nice to have a run go backwards once in a while.
Really astute in everything that he looks at. So, you know, I agree. I think that, you know, in situations against us, teams have been able to run the ball with a lot of success, which has obviously decreased the amount of passes that they're, you know, they're having to throw in those situations, and certainly limiting our, you know, our game plan pass rush stuff that we can do, but certainly from that aspect of it, when we're trying to get the run game under control and we can't get them into more of a one-dimensional game, then, you know, it just becomes more difficult for those guys up front.
That's what the Lions need. We saw it more against Arizona than any other game, and that's why in that game, well, we won and we forced 3 turnovers. And that's the one thing that I want to take away from this that I was really interested in. Just a couple of other things. He also said it was a copycat league. We know that, where teams, you know, they see something and everybody else tries to jump on it. And he says, as a team, we have to look at what we've done bad. We have to learn from it and fix it, because teams will go out and attack your weaknesses to see if you worked on it, right? Did you go fix it? And one play that comes up in particular in my head is the stretch rushing plays. This has been the biggest problem, I think, so far defensively. I mean, there's been a lot, don't get me wrong, but this one, to me particularly, is the biggest problem with the Lions defense, especially in the run game, is those stretch runs, okay? Outside runs. They are just killing the Lions. And the reason it's killing the Lions so much is because they're hitting those cutback lanes. They see it and they hit the cutback lanes. When you run a stretch play, you're giving your running back a lot of opportunities to read the hole and find it. And when you go against guys guys like Alvin Kamara, it's going to be difficult to stop. But it's been difficult versus everybody that we've played against. We're not doing a great job at filling our gaps, all right, trusting one another, filling our assignment, right, filling the wrong person's assignment, and then ultimately not making plays. We're missing too many tackles in the front four. So when we miss the first tackle, all of a sudden everybody's kind of scattered around, and he just hits a hole and goes. And that's been our problem. Stretch runs have been a huge problem, and it's also set up so many cutback lanes that the back end, the contain, that needs to be much better. We need to see the secondary be more aggressive and go up and make some plays. That's the biggest problem I see with the Lions' rush defense, or defense as a whole, to be honest with you. And I think that's somewhere where the Lions are going to continue to get attacked until they show that, hey, wait a minute, we worked on this, we can stop this, or we can stop this more often than not. So maybe you go away from it a little bit. Because if I was a team playing us, that'd be one of my biggest things. All right, hey, we're going to run some cutbacks, we're going to run some stretch runs, look for the cutback lanes. That's what I would tell my running back. Okay, we're going to do a lot of this. And if they can't stop it, we're doing it all game. Now, if they can stop it, we'll change it up. But if they can't, we're going to do it all game, because I've seen that's the Lions' biggest problem defensively. I mean, it really is, if you ask me. They have a lot of them, but that's really where it does start. And again, that's back to the run game. He was asked about his next two opponents being against teams that have a combined, one win on the season. And he said, look, you have to look at every game, take it game by game, things like that. But it's the NFL. It's really tightly contested. We get that. Every game's going to be tightly contested. I mean, it is the NFL. NFL's not like college football. You're not coming into a game favored by 40. You may be coming in favored by 13, but that's not 40, right? And even in those games, all of a sudden, it's like, okay, it's not weird to see them only lose by 3. And even this year, the Jacksonville Jaguars, right, they're so inconsistent, and they're such a kind of weird team that we did a video on it today, the first look, is that you'll see them play the offense, beat by 18, you'll see them play the Titans and get beat by 3. And it's like, what is going on? They beat the Colts. Like, what's going on with this team? And that's the thing with the NFL, is that that's facts. I mean, you can't go out here assuming you're going to go win a football games, because upsets do happen. And I think, a lot of people ask me, hey, don't look too far ahead. And I completely agree with that. I look far ahead because, I like to see the outlook of things. But as a coach, as the players, you have to look week by week. You have to look at that very next game, because if you overlook anything, all of a sudden you're going to be losing football games that maybe you thought you should have won. And if the opponent overlooks you, all of a sudden they're losing games. And when Matt Patricia said here, I loved it. It was facts. He said, look, we've only won one game, so we got to be better. And he's right, because our teams are looking at us saying, hold up, okay, we've only won one game. We have won 0 games, but we're facing a team that's only won one game. So this is our chance to get back at it. This is our opportunity right here. And they're pointing this game out. So we can't come in here and be like, okay, we can take care of this game. Like, no, because this team's looking at us thinking, okay, this is our opportunity. So they're going to come out with even more fire. Like, let's beat this team. Let's get back in the win count. Especially the Jaguars, who aren't giving up on their season, right? And Gardner Minshew, we know he's playing for his job and his future. He's playing for his future right now. So obviously, the next 2 games, I mean, yeah, you should win those games. Like I said, a playoff contender beats those 2 teams, but they're not going to be easy. So we need to come in and we got to be locked in to those 2 games. Nice having the bye week. He doesn't like that it's so early in the season, but he does like having the bye week to regroup as a team. And finally, asked about the players on IR, Bo Scarborough, Michael Ford. He said kind of long-term runners. He said, we'll reevaluate it to try to see if we're going to activate any of those players. And then he also brought up the short term, which I'm assuming he's discussing guys like Justin Coleman, those players that, could potentially return if he's healthy. I think he'll be back on the field for sure. I mean, that's a difference maker. Bo Scarborough and Michael Ford have been eligible to return. The question is, will they return, right? We didn't get Ty Johnson. He got released. So I don't know if Bo Scarborough's ever going to become eligible. I don't know if he will. And then you look at a guy like Michael Ford, I would probably make him eligible. I personally would, but who knows? I mean, I don't know how healthy these guys are either. So that's just something I want to point out.
Look, we've only got one win. We got to go out and play well. It doesn't really matter what the opponent record is at that point. We got to make sure that we're doing our job better.
So look, man, it was great to finally get to hear from Matt Patricia again. I know not everybody loves him. I completely get it. Okay, we got to win football games. But it was just great to be back with the press conference, because that means, don't know why I did that, it's Jag Week, baby. It's Jag Week. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out. Are you kidding me right now? I had to put my helmet on for this one. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at all these members. What? Yo, hey. Shout out to all the members, man. Look how many All-Pro members there are. Like, literally, it's the whole screen, dog. This is crazy. The patrons, of course, the Hall of Fame members, man. Y'all got the gold color. It's kind of yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Shout out to all the members, man. If you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join the channel. But there are perks that come with it. Stay locked in the community tab if you are a member, because that's where a lot of information comes out. I appreciate all of you. What?